is Montague Wiggins, and my job is a factory owner.
I'm Thomas. My name is Gertrude Patterson, and I'm a match girl.
I'm George, and I am a child miner.
I am a newspaper.
I'm Nathan, and I am a factory manager.
I'm Pepper Sinclair, and I'm an environmental activist.
My name is Meatpacking Worker.
I'm Jimmy, and I'm a boat captain. So let's go around. How are you guys helped or hurt by the Industrial Revolution?
Very dangerous job. We had to work in unventilated rooms during hot summers, and it was like hot in the summer, and we didn't have any air conditioning and stuff. And then it was unheated in the winter, and it didn't have any heat. So yeah, that was dangerous, and blood, meat scraps, and that stuff.
Do you think you get paid enough for your risks?
Of course not. We have like pennies per hour and 10 hours a day and 6 days a week.
What do you think would be an appropriate price?
$1 per hour. Yeah.
That'd probably be better.
I don't think they have them.
All right, a shilling, well, 4 shillings, whatever, how many shillings is big? That's big money.
Has your life changed, or has your pay and work changed ever since the Industrial Revolution?
Nope.
I'm not really affected because I'm a newspaper reporter, so nothing much has changed for me, except for, I guess, that newspapers are made faster, but nothing much.
Do you think that it was worth it having to work all those years in the factory to become a factory manager?
I think it was. I gained in respect, wealth, and I knew the machines well enough to see how fast they could be in production.
I personally think that the Industrial Revolution is a bad thing because, first of all, you're taking all these people who have these really good skills of making all these like beautiful clothing, and then you're taking these people in who have no idea what the heck they're doing, and you're paying them like nothing, where good quality may not come out. Because what if the machine were to break? How would you trust them to be able, that you would know that they would be able to fix it and put it back on track to make what they.
Well, if they're paid like next to nothing, then they don't have to be that good. Because if they were a lot better, then we would pay them more.
Well, it doesn't seem that way, does it?
Or doesn't it?
Oh, you want to go there? Okay. All right.
Well, see, I have to work with a lot of yellow phosphorus, and I'm just saying that I could get cancer any day now. So you know what? I don't think I'm getting paid enough. Just throwing that out there.
Which reminds me, I want to ask a question to the match girl. Okay, so do you think that factory owners will ever go back to using yellow phosphorus? Like once you and supporters like of you are like gone and people aren't really thinking about it anymore once war comes on and stuff, do you think they'll ever go back to using it or using something even more dangerous or something? Just to
No, because a lot of people will still complain. There will always be someone that's going to be like, no. We have to switch to red phosphorus, which is no less harmful, so we don't completely kill ourselves.
And also, what are the conditions around your factory? Like, what's the air like? What's the use out of this stuff?
Well, the yellow phosphorus just like clumps inside, so I think we should get more windows, get more. But, you know, there's nothing you can do about it if someone doesn't pay you.
You have the window, maybe we should just reopen it.
Well, yeah, well, maybe that would be a good idea, too. You know?
I want to ask the environmental activist something. Is there a way to industrialize like without so much smoke and harmful stuff to the environment? Like,
As of now, I believe that there is no new technology that would enable us to do that. There is so much smog and so much smoke and pollution in the city. The River Thames has turned black.
yeah.
And that has gone into our drinking water. I don't think that's healthy at all. It affects the organs as well.
Why do you think you were working for me if you felt like you didn't want to?
Well, I need money. Everyone needs money. You need money to live.
There's lots of other factories out there though too.
Yeah, well, jobs are scarce. So what can you do about it? wouldn't you change the conditions in the factory to make it more livable so people would enjoy their jobs? And it wouldn't mean that you'd have to pay them more. It would just mean that they would enjoy it, and not as many people would like die. So you wouldn't have to go finding all these new people to come in and replace their jobs.
Let me think about that.
We don't really have to find them. They kind of come to us. There's so many unemployed people out there that if we fire one person, there's bound to be 50.
But don't you think that people will find out about these bad conditions and won't want to work because of all these people dying off and they won't want to risk their health?
But they came to us.
Unemployed people might want to.
They still need money for their families. Yes, the only reason they go to these terrible jobs is because they're living in slums. The quality of living is absolutely terrible. Raw sewage is sitting on the street. Water is being affected. People are dying because of these terrible environmental conditions.
That's why I think we shouldn't have machines, because this
I
wouldn't have
agree.
ever happened if we didn't have these big machines, if we just kept the people making everything.
Everyone's talking about this industrial revolution's all bad. My job is a lot easier with the industrial revolution. Canal systems are getting made, making my job a lot easier. Travel's a lot faster, and get place to place a lot faster. It's improving my job a lot, and all the workers on the boat.
Has the fish been polluted at all? What's the difference in fish nets?
What was that?
Have the fish been suffering from the pollution?
Not that I know of.
Yes, and what about the terrible stench surrounding all the rivers you travel on? I don't know why anyone would want to travel on your boat.
Well, we're getting work done, we're getting paid. It's fairly easy pay for us.
Traveling on a boat might be more appealing than working in a factory to some other people.
Now, I
I
have
think
a,
it's better than working there.
all right, I have a question for who was factory owner and factory manager. Who were they? You and for you? Okay. All right. So, factory owner, why do you not take more control over your manager, like giving people fair working conditions and bathroom breaks?
Well, I'm so busy working over all the finances and everything, I hardly have time to worry about that stuff.
Maybe that's the problem. You're kind of oblivious to what's happening with them. You're not really seeing what's going on inside.
Okay, I had a question for Luddite. Why do you people like destroy the machine? Because all that's happening right now is you guys are getting killed.
Actually, there's thousands of us, and only 2 were arrested, and only a couple, 3 or 4 were killed. So, not that many people are actually getting hurt when they're doing it. They're just trying to fight for what they think.
They can just...
More people probably die in the factory than
Yeah.
when it's all over.
Yes.
Do you think that they're dying because of the machines?
Yes, because if the machines didn't use like yellow phosphorus, then people wouldn't be dying. And the machines give off like this bad like pollution.
Yes, they give off terrible pollution.
So what would you do to make those machines more eco-friendly?
I mean, even like putting the like big machines that make up all the smog like by the doors, or leave the doors open, or open the windows.
It just sends more smog out into
sends-
the
And it'll
environment.
kill more
It's a
people.
worse environment for more people.
But then the condition inside wouldn't be as bad.
But that's
So
like...
make it worse everywhere instead of not bad, not as bad. It'd still be bad. It wouldn't be as bad. So, and then more people would be affected by it.
Yeah, I think that the entire view on the industrial revolution and the smoke and everything, I think that needs to be taken one step at a time. Like Olivia's saying, like, first clear out the factories and then we can work on getting rid of the stuff in the city, because factory people are going to be making money so that they can, feed their families. Less people will be starving and stuff, and then we can clear the cities out to make it more livable for people. Because you can't just tackle it all like at once, because then you'll just get hurt or get killed, or your children get killed or something like that. Then they would just, pretty much be
Okay,
sacked.
next question. So should changes be made to the conditions?
Yes.
Yeah.
You should.
Well, without these conditions, there would be many less jobs, and most of the people would be unemployed, living worse than themselves.
Oh, and I have a question for you, Mr. Cormier. Wouldn't you like more protection while you're down there?
I would. I'd like better environments and stronger mines so that there's not a giant chance of us getting buried alive, and also maybe some more ventilation.
And also, around these coal factories, have you seen a single tree, any sort of vegetation to clean up the air quality, anything? Or have the factories owners all cut them down?
I have a question for the meat packer worker. If you could make changes to your job, what would it be?
Well, I'd probably not want to be standing on slop and blood and different parts of animals while I'm trying to work with sledgehammers and knives and slippery stuff. That's, I don't want that to happen to just go somewhere where I don't want it to go. And I want some ventilation, please.
And also, who do you think is to blame for these conditions?
Well, the factory owner, but also the factory manager, because the factory owner should take more control over his factory manager. But the factory manager, he should, if even if the owner is telling him to do certain stuff, then, he shouldn't do it. He should, go against it. He should be all like, no, I'm not going to do that for you, man, and all that stuff. So,
Back to the question to make better living places, I need funding from the owner.
but the owner should get funding.
Back to the question about the trees and all the vegetation around there. We were cutting down the trees to make better machines that don't produce like smog and things. And so, you know that it takes a lot of time for trees to grow too. So we couldn't just magically make trees appear after we cut them down.
These live machines are made of metal, not wood. Everyone knows that.
Trees can be used for better things like paper. For actual use.
Yeah, my newspaper.
But how are we gonna get the newspaper and the paper if we don't have any trees?
Yeah.
Because it's still bad in trees.
But
Maybe there won't be any left.
I think it comes down to, would you rather have the machines giving off horrible air qualities and stuff to put into the air? Yeah, we could plant trees.
There are
That's a good
billions of
idea. We
trees
should plant trees.
still on.
But, would you rather have machines that give off all this gross, horrible stuff that's horrible for your lungs and bad environment stuff, or would you rather have a clean air and clean rivers to get water from and clean...
How are the trees going to help? How are the trees going to help clean up a river?
Well, but it's like,
They're not
I don't
going
know,
to.
they're not going to, but the smoke and the stuff coming from the machines actually
And
gets
also
in
back to you at
You act like we're making the smoke. The things that factories are making are producing much faster than any human could work.
We're making lots of advancements, and this is just like a little side effect.
But much
Yeah,
cheaper.
but
Full side effects.
There wouldn't be enough food
It's
in
overcrowding.
these if they weren't made fast enough, then everyone would die.
Yeah, you're a newspaper reporter, right?
Yeah.
Well, and you're factory owner, factory manager, okay? Well, why don't we go to the child miner? How does he feel walking into mines every day? Do you feel like you're ready for your life or something?
Well, when I was younger, I would go down into the mine first and sit in a dark corner listening for when the mine would come up and just pull a string all day without saying one word.
Would you prefer a different job?
Yes, any of the job.
Since the industrialization,